Hi, it's Pastor Andy with another update. And this update kind of began yesterday, a little bit over the weekend, I guess, but kind of really coalesced today in some things. And that is, I'm very grateful for the opportunities that God has given me. I love serving the church here. I'm so thankful that the church gives me the opportunity to do some of the other things I do, like um, the pastor training community organization to help train pastors around the world, and my teaching at the seminary and college, which really has an impact on literally thousands upon thousands of people with the students and the ministers that I serve there. With my podcast that I'm doing to help churches better, and so I don't take any of those responsibilities lightly. And the reality is I do know that many people are being impacted, but uh, I also know that I look at our church sometimes and wonder, can we grow? Can we do things? Well, this last week, uh, the sermon last week, the sermon yesterday, and the midweek Q&A session that I did, and we'll do another one of those this week as well, really got a lot of good response and a lot of numbers as a part of that. And one of the things that I battle, as do many people, is pride. And so I was reminded today, and I'm listening to the Bible this year as opposed to just reading it. I've never gone through. I've listened to the Bible before, but never like in a full setting like this before. And so today was part of my listening was in 2 Samuel 24 about David taking the census in order to find out how many people Israel had, and that being a sin. And strangely, I mentioned this in uh, my video on Saturday, the fact that he didn't, that he did repent there, and the Lord relented, but I didn't even realize this was going to be a part of my listening today. I hadn't thought about that far ahead with everything else going on. Also, one of the memory verses from last year, which I put in a task reminder just as a random reminder to come up and remind me, was 1 Corinthians 10:12, which says, "Therefore, if anyone thinks that he stands, let him take heed lest he fall." And both of those ideas, plus thinking about, hundreds of views over the last week, literally more than 1,000 if they're all totaled together. And that the pride welling up in me, and I told Susan last night, I need to be careful with this so that it doesn't come upon me in a way that gets me and lead me to think about numbers and clicks as opposed to helping people. And quite frankly, that's one of the challenges with some of our media. And I'm not saying all media is like this. Don't get me wrong, but most of the major media outlets are on the stock exchange, and so a part of what they do is to make money because they're accountable to their stakeholders. And so, as we watch the news, we have to realize that it's not just news they're reporting; it's news that they are reporting with an angle so that their stock can be maintained at this point or not drop as fast. But those are all real things. So, but for me. It was just a gut check on pride today, this week. And so, I've told Susan I'm asking her to do some things and checking some things. And of course, when I'm posting videos like this, I'm going to see numbers, but I'm really trying not to. But I'm also looking for opportunities for our church to serve, inspired to use this time to help train under-resourced pastors and get many more people on board with doing that, because I've always known I can't do it myself, but now's an opportunity to have other pastors and church leaders come on and do some of the videos, theoretically, when they have a little bit more time and have a little bit different task, and yet we're all scrambling for time in other ways, those in leadership. So there'll be more to come. I'm looking at doing these videos at least Monday, Wednesday, Friday, in addition to the Wednesday night Q&As for now on the church's site, as well as, or on the church's page, I should say, as well as what we're doing on Sunday for worship. But just wanted to share, I have confidence that we're going to make it through this. I will be sharing some things that I've been learning over these last couple of days about leadership and about how we can move forward. But again, as I keep saying, not just passively, but with an active participation towards an end on the other side of this. God is in control. But the reality is during a challenge like this, we will either grow or we'll be left behind. And we will either go forward or we will go backwards. And I'm very intent on moving forward. It may have to change some of the ways that we do things, not only in the short run, but in the long run. But again, something I heard from Michael Hyatt today was you, that is you and me, but you have a 100% success rate in overcoming every crisis that you've ever faced. You're here. And all those crises in the past show that you are 100% successful so far. This is another one. And how we think, how we allow our emotions to be dealt with at this point in time will impact how we move through this. But we will grow and we will move forward, and we will find unknown opportunities, hidden opportunities that we've never even known existed because of this as a people, but I believe as a church as well. So again, hang in there. I'm going to be going around tomorrow and Wednesday and just knocking on some windows and some doors and saying hi. So I won't come in. I don't want you to come out necessarily. We can respect social distancing by talking through glass, but at this time we need to be able to see one another's faces, and so Susan and I look forward to doing that over the next couple of days as well. So until Wednesday in my next video, maybe there's one tomorrow, but not planning on it necessarily. Protect yourself, not in a fear motive, but in a growth motive. How can I grow from this? How can I protect myself for the future by leveraging what I'm learning now and growing so that I'll be better in the future? Let us not let fear rule during this time. Take care and God bless.